This is a high school basketball game for 1965. White coach Haskins led his team to the championship with a shutout. He received an offer to become the head coach of the West Texas Miners college basketball team. Oh, worn-out court, lackadaisical style of play, and losing record. See how Haskins built a championship team. While watching the game, Haskins noticed the black players on the bench. In those days of racial discrimination, black players were only allowed to sit on the bench. Haskins decided to break the mold. He approached Hassan, a black player, and convinced Hassan to join his team. To convince another black player, Haskins made house calls. Many black players were recruited to Haskins' team. Haskins set up a strict program for the team. Every player had to undergo a grueling training program, but the black players were used to a life of indulgence. They would sneak into bars. Haskins soon realized the problem with the black players. He increased the intensity of the training. The black players began to question Haskins' training methods. Haskins responded to the questions with toughness. 3 black players were given starts in the first game. The opponents and the crowd were surprised. Although the first ball was cut off, the black players soon revitalized the team with a dunk. Haskins kept shouting from the sidelines, "The game is over." The Miners won their first game. Haskins insisted on playing traditional basketball. Hassan had a disagreement with his coach. This time the opponent was even stronger. The Miners were clearly out of shape. The Miners were down by 16 points at halftime. Hassan asked the coach why he didn't let them play freely. Haskins insists it's not time yet. The Miners are down by 20 points. Haskins called a timeout. He tells Hassan he's free to play. The game continues. The black players are running the ball so well that they can't defend themselves. Haskins sees a chance to win. In the last 15 seconds of the game, the Miners are down by 1 point. The Miners have 2 points in the final period. The game is over. The commentators were also very complimentary. The black players responded to the white skepticism with their performance. White teammates also went to a party organized by the black players. Miners continued winning has caught the attention of the media. They're on their way to the championship with a winning record, but then they would encounter even greater difficulties. In a restaurant where white people gather, the black players were assaulted. Haskins received threatening letters. As the team entered the arena, white spectators threw garbage at the black players. On the field, the referee was clearly favoring the white players. The Miners still won the game. Back at the hotel, their room was also vandalized with graffiti. Haskins decided to take the whole team back to Texas. However, during the next game, the black players and their white teammates had a disagreement. Poor coordination cost them the game. Haskins told his team, "The best way to fight back against discrimination is to beat your opponent." The final match was about to take place. Haskins decided to start 5 black players. The University of Kentucky was starting 5 white players. The Miners took the lead early in the game. Their senior center went down with an accidental injury. Another senior center was sent off for a foul. They're going to have to go to their smaller players. The quickness and agility of the smaller players was too much for them to handle. The Miners won the 1966 NCAA National Championship.